as an emotionally drunk ending?
No, I mean they are a really good team, and we was a little shaky those last 2 minutes. Taking care of the ball and just understanding proper spacing. It's something that we've been talking about really since this stretch of wins. The trapping that we're seeing teams play against Trae, where they're hitting him and they're trapping him. It's just a matter of us getting to our proper spacing and moving the ball. And, we were able to do that a couple of times. And I think a couple of times we fumbled it and got a little lucky. So we have to clean that up. But that's the game, for us. Teams are going to be trapping, trying to get the ball out of Trae's hand. I wanted to put another shooter out there, put Gallo out on the floor, and did a good job of spacing the floor and attacking it.
What did you make of Trae's performance tonight, even with a bum shoulder?
I thought he was great. He really was. He hadn't done anything in the last 2 days, so a little concerned about his conditioning. And he said he felt good this morning doing the walkthrough, but he wanted to wait until game time to see how it felt then, and felt good enough to play. And we certainly needed this performance out there tonight.
What is it about Trae that you think makes him thrive on these stages where it is a national TV game? It is against the best team in the NBA.
He's a competitor. Trae is, he competes and he gives everything he has when he's out on the floor, regardless of the situation, the moment. I guess when we all get on national television, you want to perform well, because it's a bigger audience, So I've seen guys, in situations like that, they get too hyped and they don't play well. But Trae tonight came in and performed well. I thought on both ends of the floor. When you're going up against a Chris Paul, a guy that really controls the game, the tempo. He's a tough guy to beat, and that's a tough team to beat. And I thought, what Trae did tonight kind of settled us down. He made big shots, big plays. That was the difference in the game.
You have any update on John, who left and then came back with some kind of?
He's getting checked out as we speak, and I think it was a shoulder that he got tangled up with someone underneath the basket. But he's getting checked out now.
What do you think the confidence it kind of gives your team right now that the best team in the NBA to this point that you're able to take down in such fashion?
Well, what I put on the board tonight was believe. They were 41-9. They were coming in here with a 11-game winning streak. But we had to believe that we could do this. And I thought our guys went out there and played like they believed. We knew it was going to take a 48-minute game. This is the best team in the NBA this season. And I thought our guys, showed up and performed well on both ends of the floor.
On Zoom, we have a question from Edwin Powell.
Coach, does it ever get old going against your old assistants? Is there any trash talk involved, between the two of you guys?
I love Monty, and, his team was really performing well. It was a quick text message last night, and, we didn't really communicate as we normally do, because I knew that he needed to stay focused and I needed to be focused, and how my team prepared to play tonight. But it was a challenge for us. It was the hottest team in the league coming in, and we were getting Trae back tonight, and it was an opportunity for us to see where we are against the record-wise the best team in the league. And I thought our guys tonight stepped up and performed well on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, how big was Kevin Huerter tonight, and specifically in that second quarter when he caught fire?
He was big. He had the assignment of, guarding Booker most of the second half because DeAndre got into foul trouble. And, that's a challenge, to guard Booker and, do some of the things that he did on the offensive end of the floor for us. He really found his rhythm. I thought in that second half and was knocking down some shots. So we called his number and he made some plays. But as I told him, great job on both ends of the floor. I thought defensively he was solid. Offensively, he did a solid job of, scoring for us.
You guys are wrapping up a homestand, obviously, and just a good stretch of games at home. Just how happy have you been with the way you guys have played in this venue now?
Well, this is what we talked about before this stance at home started, that we needed to, we had a lot of work to do, and we still have a lot of work to do, but trying to take care of business here at home and win games here at home. And, I thought we did a good job of that. The Toronto game was a game that just seemed like we had heavy legs. That game was moved to a back-to-back. We normally, on the schedule, we really had a day in between. So that was changed on us, and it was turned into a back-to-back. And, we didn't play well enough to win that game. But I like how we've been playing. The last 2 weeks. And now we have to continue this and go out on the road and try and take care of business there.
How much easier is it for you guys when Trae has the ability to pass out of situations when he's getting blitzed and double teamed?
He's got to, the thing that we talked about, this is old school basketball. When you have a player that the opponents feel they have to put two players on that guy, then that's the best you can get, because if you don't have a player that a team doesn't have to double team, it's going to be tough to win games. And, that player better be a monster of a player. And, what Trae is learning now is that trust your teammates, get off the ball, because if he doesn't do that, teams are going to continue to do that, going to continue to trap and take the ball out of his hand. He has to show the opponents that he will pass and he trusts his teammates and allow those guys to make the play. So this is another part of his game that he is learning to play. While doing that, he also have to continue to stay aggressive. Don't allow that to just take you out of the game and you stop playing. And he's been able to do both.
I'm guessing your shoulder's fine.
I wish it was 100% fine, but it's definitely a little sore.
Trae, what do you think it is within yourself that makes you thrive on these stages where it is national TV, it is the best team in the NBA?
Man, I think I just grew up just watching these moments and like thinking about being in those moments. And just every time I worked out, I'm just always thinking about just myself in those moments. And playing tonight against the best team in the league with the best record, and they're on an 11-game winning streak. I think it was just the mentality and the focus that I had and my teammates had just to come out here and get a win. And that's just, I love those moments.
I'm not sure if you think this way, but do you consider yourself the best offensive player in the league?
I mean, I don't necessarily think about it all often and all the time. I mean, I focus on my team and trying to win games. But I mean, if you look at it, definitely feel like, I mean, it's hard to guard a player like me who can get teammates involved, but also score on his own.
When you are double teamed, I think it's really easy for you to find those situations where it is a 4-on-3 or, you find the open man. What does that do for you guys as a team with your ability to pass out of those situations?
It's big. It's important. I mean, for me, I just can't turn the ball over. I just got to make sure I get it to the open guy and let them play 4-on-3 and let the results happen. So basically, that's pretty much it. I've been double teamed since I was in middle school, so I've had a lot of practice on double teams and how to get it out and where my teammates need to be. So just telling them where to be as I'm getting double teamed, so whenever they catch it, they know where to look to. So I think that's important, but it's important I don't turn the ball over and just get it to them.
Right, you often talk about after games that you're facing NBA competition every night, but how is it different to take down a team that has the best record in the NBA?
It's definitely difficult, especially. I mean, I feel like when you have a great point guard and a really good point guard who can control a game, it just makes your team that much better. And they have one of the best to ever do it in CP, and then having Book, who's also a very good scorer who can really get them going. It's tough. I mean, to really play a full 48 and beat that team. Obviously, they've only lost 10 games this year, so we just gotta use this as momentum. But it's a big win for us.
Even with this win, you guys are obviously still, toward the bottom in the East. But do you feel like if you guys do get to that into the playoffs, that no matter who you play, you can beat anybody in a 7-game series?
Yeah, for sure. I want to get in, and I mean, at this point, this is just get up as high as we can and just get in there. And I mean, I feel confident in a 7-game series against anybody in the East, and I just have confidence in my teammates and that we can do it. So I just want to get in there, and then, I mean, whatever happens, happens.
On Zoom, we have a question from Terrell Thomas.
Trae, congratulations on the big win tonight. As was mentioned, this was a national stage, and it's against an opponent that you know fairly well. I know you grew up watching Chris Paul. You've trained with Chris Paul and things of that nature. Do you gear up for matchups against him?
Say that last part again. I'm sorry.
Do you gear up for matchups when you're facing Chris Paul?
I mean, obviously, I try to gear up as the same way every night. I put my shoes on the same way, socks same way every night. But you definitely have a higher intensity when you know who you're going against and you know what they're capable of doing. So, yeah, for sure. I mean, when you're playing against the Suns and they're on a hot streak and they got the probably best backcourt in the league, you gotta be ready and focused, especially being the lead guard on this team. You got to be focused because they can get it going.
In the last 8 games, you're averaging 30 points per night, and the Hawks in the last 9 games are 8-1. So what has switched? Coach McMillan spoke about you guys believing before the game tonight, but what has changed, I'll say, over the past 2 weeks?
I think we're just focusing on the defensive end first and just letting the offensive end come to us. I mean, I think that's just the right mindset to have, is just focus on that defensive end first. And we understand what we can do on the offensive end. So just making sure we're locked in on that defensive end to begin with and just making it tough on teams because we're going to try to do the same.
Thank you,
One from Gabe.
Yeah. How big was Herter for you guys tonight and what he did there in the second quarter?
Kev was big tonight. Anytime Kev can get going and get some threes going, it's a big boost for our team and our confidence and his confidence, and he keeps it going. So anytime he can get it going, especially early on, I mean, it's scary because he can string together some threes and get into the paint and make some plays too. Yeah.
My guy, Big Bob. Are you okay?
What in the world happened?
Last game I can't remember I recall the play, but had a little bit of shoulder trouble, a little bit of pain in the shoulder. And today, I don't know if you watched the play, I don't know who it was, but arm got caught. And somebody yanked my arm down a little bit, and the same feeling came back a little bit. So feels a lot better now. Wanted to come back on the court, but definitely a little bit nerving to just go out there and not understand or know what's happening. But I feel better now. We're on it. We try to fix it, make sure I'm ready to go. Feel like I'm playing tomorrow, so all's well. But obviously, something we got to monitor and make sure it gets better for sure.
were struggling because you were kind of grabbing your legs.
Yeah, it was that excruciating the pain that I feel like I couldn't in that moment. I couldn't stand up.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? It was that like that is that bad. I really wanted to drop to my hand, but during the middle of the play, so I was trying to respect the game as much as I could, stay on my feet. But no, yeah, I really wanted to drop to the floor.
John, since Chris has gotten to Phoenix, this is a much more physical basketball team than they ever were.
Yeah, sure.
You sense that out there tonight?
Definitely. You got guys like that CP, Aiton, Crowder, gritty guys, physical guys who, play tough. And I feel like, not only do they play tough, but when you got a couple guys that play tough, it's contagious and it just creates a culture. So, you just got to be ready to be physical back.
John, after going through the first half of the season, obviously not going the way that you guys wanted it to, and you're trying to build back up in the East. What do you think it kind of shows about your team that you face the best record in the NBA and you take them down?
I feel like it shows a lot of things. It shows that we're confident in ourselves. Shows the depth of this team and really just the makeup of what we have here. I say it. Every night we can beat any team in this league. We come out ready to play, hit first, play how we need to play. We're not scared of any team. It's just a matter of doing the things we need to do on a consistent basis, trying to be cerebral, but we're hungry. We're ready to win.
What do you think is the biggest change that you've seen from earlier, going on a losing streak like you did a couple weeks ago to getting to this point of taking down Phoenix?
I just feel like the way we're approaching the game, guys are communicating with each other more than I feel like I've seen before. The small things, us getting to those 50-50 balls, us rebounding, us not turning the ball over late games, taking good shots, making late shots, closing out the game. All the small things that we need to do to win add up. And I feel like we're starting to figure that out a little bit.
John, you've been with Trae since the beginning. Do you remember the first time where you realized that, okay, like this guy might be good?
Really just, I say like my first couple months with him in the NBA, summer league is cool and, preseason and all that stuff. And once you get out on the court and get a chance to really play with somebody, get a feel, I knew first that he was great at getting me the ball, right? So that made me happy. We had great chemistry, but not only was he, great at passing me the ball, great at finding every one of his teammates, and obviously an elite shot creator. So extreme confidence. So, that's Trae, you know what I mean? Does his thing. We all, ready to see him do his thing and we're ready to win with him. So
how much easier does it make life for you guys with his ability to pass out of double teams?
It's great, man. Coach always, emphasizes, guys are double teaming you, it's a great respect to Trae, showing that, teams have to double trade to get the ball out of his hands. But it also sort of in a way slights us and saying, okay, well, beat us with your other four guys. And we definitely feel like we can do that. So, it's just great both ways for Trae, to get that respect and for us to solidify it with playing the right way.
How much trust do you feel like Trae had to, I guess, learn within himself that, when he is double teamed, that he does have teammates who could score? Because obviously in those first couple of years, you guys were rebuilding. Do you feel like there was a moment where he felt like, okay, like now I have four guys on the court with me who can actually, do damage?
I mean, yes and no. I feel like he always trusts his teammates, but it's just a player development growth thing. I feel like he's played a certain way his whole life. And has never really been double teamed with, NBA style, attack and plan and just growth. You know what I mean? I feel like he's, understanding why and when he needs to do certain things. And as I said, I feel like it's just, him learning the game, understanding and becoming more cerebral and just understanding that, I feel like he does have confidence in us and just to keep trusting us.
You guys are still toward the bottom of the standings in the Eastern Conference, but do you feel like if you do get to the playoffs that, no matter who you guys end up facing in that first round, that you will be able to beat them in a 7-game series?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to come out here and think we're going to lose. I definitely feel like we have extreme confidence in whoever we play. I feel like, last year that the playoff route we had was, tough, and it prepared us and gave us some experience for what we needed to go out and have another good postseason run. So we're expecting the same thing. You know, as I said, we're ready. We're hungry to win. So we don't care who's in front of us.
Questions? All right. Thanks, JC.
All right, people, thank you. Appreciate you.